Hey there, folks. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Tonight, we're diving deep into the wild and unpredictable world of global finance. Get ready, because things are about to get really interesting and possibly game-changing. BRICS nations, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are apparently fed up with the US dollar's long-standing dominance in the global market. They're exploring a pretty radical and innovative idea, a gold-backed financial system using, get this, cryptocurrency. Yes, you heard that right. Cryptocurrency, the digital currency that's been making waves. Specifically, they're looking at Ripple's XRP, a cryptocurrency known for its fast transaction speeds and low costs. Now I know what you're thinking. Crypto? Isn't that for like tech bros and internet weirdos? Well, yeah, kind of. But it's also a potential game changer for international finance, offering a new way to handle cross-border transactions. And these BRICS nations, they smell an opportunity to break free from the dollar's grip. They want to create a system where XRP acts as a bridge between their diverse currencies, facilitating smoother and faster exchanges. And here's the kicker, it would all be backed by gold, adding a layer of stability and trust. That's right, the shiny stuff people have been hoarding since, well, forever. Gold has always been a symbol of wealth and security. It's a bold move, and it could shake things up in a big way. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're going on a wild ride through the future of money, where tradition meets innovation in the most unexpected ways. Speed, cost, and decentralization. So, why XRP? Let's dive deeper into what makes XRP stand out in the crowded world of cryptocurrencies. Why not Bitcoin, the OG crypto? Bitcoin is undoubtedly the pioneer, the one that started it all. Or Ethereum, the one everyone's talking about. Ethereum has its own strengths, especially with smart contracts. Well, XRP has a few key advantages that make it perfect for this gold-backed scheme. First off, it's fast. Like, really fast. We're talking about transaction speeds that leave other cryptocurrencies in the dust. Transactions can be settled in seconds, which is crucial for international payments. Imagine sending money across the globe in the blink of an eye. Traditional systems can take days to process transactions, which is about as efficient as a snail trying to win a marathon. In today's fast-paced world, who has the time to wait? XRP also boasts incredibly low transaction fees, which is a breath of fresh air in a world where banks love to nickel and dime you for every little thing. Lower fees mean more money stays in your pocket. But here's the real kicker: decentralization. This is where XRP truly shines. See, XRP isn't controlled by any single entity like a government or a central bank. This decentralization ensures a more democratic and fair financial system. That means no one country gets to call the shots. It's a global currency for a global economy. It's a level playing field, which is exactly what the BRICS nations are looking for. They seek a more balanced and equitable financial landscape. They're tired of the US calling all the shots in the global financial system. The dominance of the US dollar has long been a point of contention. They want more autonomy, more control, a system where they have a say and can operate independently. And XRP, well, it just might give them that. With its speed, low cost, and decentralized nature, XRP is poised to be a game changer in the world of international finance. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How would this whole gold-backed XRP system actually work? Let's break it down step by step. Imagine this: a Brazilian company wants to buy a shipment of Russian oil. This is a common scenario in global trade. Instead of messing around with US dollars, which can be cumbersome and subject to various international regulations, they use XRP. The Brazilian real is converted to XRP, then instantly sent to the Russian company who converts it to rubles. This process is not only faster but also more efficient. But here's the gold-backed twist. The XRP used in the transaction is backed by actual physical gold held in reserve by the BRICS nations. This adds an extra layer of security. Think of it like a gold-plated safety net. This ensures that the value of XRP remains stable. It provides stability and trust in a volatile market. Investors and traders can have more confidence in their transactions. This system would allow BRICS nations to bypass the US dollar entirely, creating a more balanced global financial landscape. No more SWIFT sanctions, no more American dominance. This could be a game changer for international trade. They could trade freely using a currency backed by a tangible asset. This would make transactions more transparent and reliable. It's a pretty radical idea, but hey, that's what happens when you're tired of playing by someone else's rules. Innovation often comes from necessity. The BRICS nations are ready to shake things up, and this gold-backed XRP system might just be the weapon of choice. It's a bold move towards financial independence and stability. Let's be real, folks. Russia isn't exactly known for playing by the rules. And after facing a barrage of sanctions from the West, they're looking for a way out. Enter the gold-backed XRP system. It's like a financial escape hatch, allowing them to bypass those pesky sanctions and keep their economy afloat. See, Russia has a lot of gold, like a lot. And they've been increasingly relying on it to weather the storm of sanctions. By backing XRP with their gold reserves, they create a more attractive currency for international trade. It's a way to tell the West, hey, we don't need your dollars. We've got our own thing going on here. Of course, it's not just about sticking it to the West. Russia genuinely needs a way to conduct business on a global scale without relying on the US dollar. And this gold-backed XRP system, well, it just might be their ticket to financial freedom. Section 5, China's ambition, a yuan for the world, backed by gold. Now let's talk about China. They've been pretty open about their desire to challenge the US dollar's dominance. And, this gold-backed XRP system plays right into their hands. China has been quietly but steadily increasing its gold reserves for years. They're not doing it for fun, folks. They're playing the long game. By backing XRP with gold, China can increase the global appeal of their own currency. The yuan, it's a way to create a multipolar financial system where the yuan stands shoulder to shoulder with the dollar. And let's be honest, that's been China's goal all along. They want to be a global superpower in every sense of the word. And that includes having a currency that commands respect on the world stage. The gold-backed XRP system is a stepping stone, a way for China to flex its financial muscles and assert its place in the new world order. Section 6. Emerging economies, emerging currencies, the allure of financial independence. It's not just Russia and China that are excited about this gold-backed XRP system. India, Brazil, and South Africa, the other members of the BRICS Club, are also feeling the allure of financial independence. They're tired of being at the mercy of the US dollar's fluctuations. They're tired of being beholden to the whims of the American economy. They want a system where their voices are heard, where their currencies carry weight. And this gold-backed XRP system, well, it gives them a seat at the table. It allows them to bypass the traditional gatekeepers of global finance and chart their own course. For these emerging economies, it's about more than just money. It's about sovereignty. It's about having a say in how the global financial system operates. And it's about creating a more equitable and just system for all. Section 7. BRICS in action, tokenizing gold, building a new system. The BRICS nations aren't just talking the talk, folks. They're walking the walk. They've been busy laying the groundwork for this gold-backed XRP system. Russia, for example, has been experimenting with tokenizing its gold reserves. That means creating digital representations of their gold holdings that can be easily traded and transferred. China, on the other hand, has been busy developing its own central bank digital currency, the digital yuan. While not directly tied to XRP, it shows their commitment to exploring alternative financial systems. These are just a few examples of the concrete steps BRICS nations are taking to move away from the US dollar and create a new financial order. They're not waiting for permission, they're not asking for approval. They're taking matters into their own hands and building a system that serves their interests. Section 8. The 2025 Summit, a turning point for global finance. All eyes are on the 17th BRICS Summit in 2025. It's shaping up to be a pivotal moment for the future of global finance. Brazil, the host of the summit, has been vocal about its desire to reform the global financial system. They're pushing for greater South-South cooperation and a more equitable distribution of power. The gold-backed XRP system could be a major topic of discussion at the summit. It represents a concrete step towards achieving the BRICS nations' goals of financial independence and a multipolar world order. Will they formally announce the system? Will they lay out a roadmap for implementation? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the 2025 BRICS Summit has the potential to be a game-changer. It could mark the beginning of a new era in global finance, one where the US dollar is no longer the undisputed king. Section 9. A New World Order, Decentralization, and the Future of Money. So, what does this all mean for the future of money? Well, folks, it looks like we're headed towards a more decentralized world. The days of the US dollar reigning supreme are numbered. Cryptocurrencies, once dismissed as a fad, are emerging as a viable alternative to traditional financial systems. The gold-backed XRP system is just one example of this shift. It represents a move away from centralized control and towards a more equitable and democratic system. Whether it succeeds or not remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the global financial landscape is changing, and it's changing fast. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride, and that's our show. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.